Hey, what's up, guys? It's your girl Kia. So I had to do a video real quick about this whole Teddy Riley Babyface fiasco that happened last night on IG Live. As I mean, most of you know, we're in social distancing, so having concerts and doing stuff is not going to be happening anytime within the next 6 months. So what the internet has done and the Versus channel has done is a lot of these hip hop heads and producers have come up with is doing these Versus things. I mean, 2 weeks ago it was Little John versus T Pain, which I watched, was amazing. They have done some really cool verses, and the one that everybody kept asking for, of course, was the epic one of Babyface versus Teddy Riley. And I have to be honest with you, put my jacket. It's cold in here. I have to be honest. This thing is inside out. Doesn't even matter. I was really looking forward to it too, like everybody else was. I couldn't wait to see this pop up. It was going to be amazing. We all get in there on time. I actually was scrambling to find out what the time was for this. And finally, I was like, it's got to be 9 o'clock. Babyface is recovering from COVID-19. He's a little older. There's no way they're doing this at like 11 o'clock at night. So I go in there, and Teddy Riley is already up. And as soon as I saw Teddy Riley's thing, his whole background setup, I was completely confused as to what was happening. Because in all these other versus battles, it's always been the person, maybe one other person with the phone holding it or checking the comments on it, and then whatever setup they had. And they're just playing music back and forth. It was no big setup or whatever. But Teddy Riley, for some reason, had this whole doing a concert at somebody's wedding setup or doing a talent show. He had a DJ, he had a hype man, he had a drummer, he got a keyboard, he got two mics, he's got another person checking the phone, there was another person in the back. It was elaborate for no reason. So we're waiting for Babyface to get in, and it took a little bit of time. But once Babyface got in, it was simple. Babyface had his phone, his earpods, not even earpods, his earplugs, his headphones. He was sitting in a room by himself. He was sitting in his home studio by himself trying to do it. You could hear him perfectly. It was clear as day. It was exactly what it's supposed to be. And then Teddy Riley starts going through the whole thing of trying to switch to different mics, and all you can hear is echoing. I was in the room when it was happening. All of us, we're all typing in. There's an echo. There's an echo. What is the feedback? Why is there feedback? They didn't see any of it. Finally, I think Swiss Beats is the one who finally said, yo, y'all have to stop because this is too much history. And all there is this loud echoing in the background. So they thought they fixed it, which they didn't. And by the way, the issue, I think what the issue is that they had it on the live. They didn't turn the volume down on the live. Then you have two mics that are bouncing off of each other, which is stupid. Like, you can't do that. When we're doing our show for Mocha in the morning, we don't have a bunch of stuff going on. We mute everything. It's only one thing that's playing audio, and that's in the ear pods in everybody's ear. And then it's going into the sound table for mixing later. It's nothing else playing, but it sounded like they had all these people who were also on the live, and the live volume was still up. But that was crazy. So Teddy Riley's team thinks they fixed it, so they get hyped again. Then the big fat man off in the corner starts dancing like we could really hear it, and it was just bad. It looked so bad. Not just for the whole versus aspect or the COVID-19 situation. It looked bad for people who are older generation musicians who are trying to transition into, what may be the new normal with online concert and not having the right team behind them. That's what I felt bad for Teddy Riley. Not that he didn't know how to do it. It's not his job to know how to do this. It's not his job to know how IG Live works or any of that. It's his team's job. And the fact that all of them were scrambling and confused about what their jobs were or how they should fix it, the fact that nobody was monitoring the comments, that to me was already disturbing. If you're working because again, like I always say, I work in the marketing world. I know how this works. I work in the entertainment world. There's always one person watching the comments. That's that person's job. It's usually an intern or somebody's daughter who's looking for extra credit for college. It's somebody who's just sitting there scrolling through the comments. They're not doing nothing else. They're not even paying attention to the show. Their job is literally just to look at the comments, and if something bad pops up, they're supposed to go to their manager or the next person and say, yo, this is what's happening. I don't know what to do. And the person in charge is supposed to handle it. That's how it works for any other company, any other musician. They have that one person. So why wasn't the girl sitting next to the phone looking at the comments? Why wasn't somebody's phone muted looking at the comments to know they could have fixed this 15 minutes in? Because it was a good 15, 20 minutes I think they had gone back and forth maybe 3 or 4 songs before they finally realized that they're echoing. And they weren't playing the whole songs, true enough, but they were talking in the middle. So it was a good 15, 20 minutes of just echoing. And it was odd. And then towards the end, I think Swiss and Timberland finally got involved, and they seemed frustrated. Babyface has the patience of a saint. He looked like a mom after a long day of work, after the children forgot to take the meat out of the freezer, and she's just like, you know what? I'm just gonna sit here. We just gonna let this chicken defrost, and I'm not even gonna get mad today. But then they said, hey, Babyface, come back in 30 minutes. Mind you, this was at 10:30. They wanted him to come back at 11 o'clock. And he was just like, no, like most people would be. That's like you don't go and interview for a job and then say, oh, well, this isn't working. Can we come back to this in 30 minutes? No, that's not how this works. That's not how any of this works. I get that this was a free kind of fun thing for Black entertainment and for people who love Teddy Riley and Babyface, but people were upset and extremely disappointed. And the worst part about all of this is that the moment has passed. Even if they came back, they're not going to get the numbers they got the first time. I mean, there were over 400,000 people in that live at one point. 400,000 people. And as soon as the echoing didn't get fixed and the background drummer guy got extra, it went from 404,000 people to 362,000. I mean, it just kept declining because when you see these two producers who are giants in the music world, and you see one of them failing miserably, it's like, I can't watch this. I feel too. I personally felt so bad for Teddy Riley. But again, it's not his job to be good at live. It's his team. They should have caught this. And by the time they caught it was too late. And if they really thought Babyface was going to stay up at 11 o'clock at night to do this back and forth, he wasn't. So that's the actual battle part of this. I cannot stand Black Twitter. I mean, it wasn't even 10 minutes into the live, and now Teddy Riley in Versus are trending on Twitter. Thousands of tweets going out. People just clowning him about the band, about his face. He got his hands on his hips like Spike Lee at a Knicks game. It was a mess. But it was, that part was entertaining, but I didn't want the Twitter and Instagram part to be entertaining. I wanted the battle to be entertaining. I wanted to hear songs from when I was little. Yes, because I'm only 35. So some of these songs came out when I was like 6, just doing a little wiggle as my dance. But I wanted to listen. My husband, who is from New York, who is older than me, these are songs that he had in high school. He was looking forward to it too, but it just didn't go down. So I want to hear what everybody else thought about this and if they think they should do it again. Let me know if I'm wrong. Let me know if there's any tidbits that I missed, because I was jumping back and forth for a second. I thought it was my phone. That might sound stupid, but I really thought it was my audio on my end. So I was like leaving, coming back in, leaving, coming back in, thinking it was something like that. So let me know your thoughts. I'm really interested in getting into this. All right. So drop that in my comments. Let's get the conversation started. Like and subscribe to my channel. Find me on Facebook at Kia Shakur. No, don't find me on Facebook. No, that's bad. Find me on Twitter at Kia Shakur, and find me on Instagram at I'm Kia Giovanni. Later.